First of all, for clarity, Condotte, the parent company of INSO, is not bankrupt. It is a company that's actually been in existence since 1880 with an annual turnover of approximately 1.3 billion euros. Right? So this is a monster company, of which actually many of the monster construction companies in Italy are going through similar issues. Out of the top construction companies in Italy, number 2, Astaldi, number 3, Condotte, and number 6, Trevi, are all going through similar financial challenges. I wouldn't pretend to understand what's happening in the Italian economy, but I do certainly read a little bit and understand that there's really structural issues that are happening in the country. There are major infrastructure construction companies, and all of this is cascading into the construction industry. And so this is something that's happening not only to one company, but to several of the companies in Italy. INSO is not bankrupt. It may possibly fall under this extraordinary administration process, which is basically a process that allows government to step in terms of taking over the management and decision-making of the companies and to properly restructure the debt of the companies. A matter of fact, a company like Alitalia has been operating under this extraordinary administration process for several years. So the idea is that the idea is to restructure the debt, to protect the employees, and to protect the consumers as well. The hospital project is going to go ahead. It is going to be built. It may suffer a delay, but it's going to be built. I want to take a moment and recap a little bit of the history, the process of how we got to where we are today, and why it's so significant, and why process matters, why how you execute a project matters. First of all, remember that the scope, the requirements of the project, this is something that's been done in a tripartite setting between the Ministry of VSA, SZV, and the SMMC. And the work that's been done in terms of determining the requirements, the scope, and everything of the project of the hospital stands in good order. There was a pre-bidding process. In other words, before the bidders were even allowed to submit bids for the process, they had to go through a pre-qualification, a pre-selection process. In this process, they had to undergo a financial review. They had to prove that they had the technical expertise, that they had the capacity to execute this project. INSO obviously went through this process and passed that process and that review. The entire review process was then later reviewed by the World Bank. One of the requirements for World Bank to come into the project with their $25 million as part of the recovery funds was that they said, we will not touch a project that we don't feel comfortable with. So that means they put the entire procurement process under review, and they came out with a positive advice about how the process was executed. Even we went further. As part of our due diligence process, we visited hospitals that were built by INSO. We visited the one in St. Lucia, again to get an idea for the quality and how it was actually executed. Keep in mind that this contract with INSO was actually signed in September of 2016. So this is a contract that has been in place now for over 2 years. This is not a contract that's been entered into recently. This is a contract that was entered into after we've completed a proper due diligence and bidding review process. Regarding the groundbreaking ceremony, the project has been organized in phases, right? There's the planning phase, there's the design phase, there's all different phases. The way that it's structured is so that in each of the phases, number one, we celebrate the milestones, the accomplishments, what we've achieved, but it also gives us a moment to make sure that the project's on track. Normally our contracts are set up so that at the end of each of these phases gives an opportunity to review and to make sure that everything's on track. Let's call them also steering points or correction type points, right? So when we did the groundbreaking, it was planned, by the way, for several months. And the idea was that this is the timing when we are anticipated to be completed with several steps. And all of these steps were completed or anticipated to be completed, right? And that's the design for the building permit, which, again, with the help of Romy, was completed and approved. The building permit approved, condition precedents. So the financiers, if you remember, we had a ceremony with the financiers with the pre-closing, in which case they lay out what are called condition precedents. So it means, in principle, they're in agreement with funding the project. Everyone agrees to an amount that they're going to fund, but they set a number of conditions. They say in order for you to actually access the funds, a number of conditions need to be met. So we've been working since that time to now on satisfying those condition precedents. The expectations was for the groundbreaking that everything would be set. As a matter of fact, the lender's independent consulting engineer verified that we were on track. And at the last moment, INSO explained that the issues with Candote, the parent company, looked like they may possibly cascade down to INSO. Prior to that, we were aware of some of the issues that the parent company Candote was going through, but in our evaluations and in our discussions with also even international consultants, at the time it had not spread to INSO, and so at that moment we were still good to go.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Tell them, connecting you.
Prime Minister is currently off island, and so it is my pleasure to represent her office at this momentous occasion. Country St. Martin has long been awaiting the expansion of our medical center and of our medical facilities. And I'm proud to say that we are here to witness the groundbreaking for a new state-of-the-art hospital for our people. This is significant for us, for our neighbors, and also for our visitors who also seek medical care on our island. Research has proven that being surrounded by family and loved ones in a comfortable space contributes to the healing and to the recovery process. Therefore, when shortly we are able to offer critical, life-saving treatment at home at a facility such as this one, we can be even more proud that the sick among us will have better chances of recuperation. All of this would not have been possible without the tripartite approach to implementing this project. Specifically, I extend my gratitude to the St. Martin Medical Center, the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, and the Social Health Insurance's SZV. Your cooperative efforts laid the foundation for the new hospital plans. You have set a standard for others to follow, and I encourage others to adopt the cooperative model as the benchmark for other similar government-related projects. But a very special word of thanks goes to our Minister of Health, the Honorable Emile Lee, and to his hard-working staff who have been working on this project for some years to bring the hospital to this groundbreaking point. Mr. Lee, congratulations.
We having a function this Christmas season, boy. Festival Village, 8 p.m. December 8th. Come win prizes with family and friends. You don't want to miss this, seeing that it is time for Wally Hamilton Christmas Bingo Spectacular. Festival Village on December the 8th. $10 for you to play, starts 8, so don't be late. Festival Village on December the 8th. Ham and turkey, airline tickets, hotel stays, Christmas goodies, Santa's bag with more to win. Time for Wally Hamilton Christmas Bingo Spectacular. Festival Village on December the 8th. $10 for you to play, starts 8, so don't be late. Festival Village on December the 8th. Yes, folks, the Lion Wally Hamilton Christmas Bingo Spectacular is on Saturday, December the 8th at the Festival Village. Tickets are available at the Lion's Den, at Van Dorp, at Big D Photo Studio, and from all Lion members, going at only $10, $20, or €10. So folks, get your tickets in time. It's going to be quite a spectacular bingo. Anybody bingo? Nobody bingo.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear just paying some bills, taking care of business. You know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
Alright, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact Wib today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Wynwood Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Who you're for.
What we see, these are differences, and we don't agree with them that say this is just a difference, accept it. We say this is geopolitical discrimination in the state. And to explain that, we have put up for you here Article 2 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Because in this article it is said that in every state, without distinction of any kind, everybody is entitled to the same rights and to the same realization of rights. And the most important part that I want to highlight for you in this is the second part, which says, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional, or international status of the country or the territory to which a person belongs, whether it be is belonging to an independent trust, non-self-governing, or under any other limitation of sovereignty. The case of St. Martin in the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The state is the Kingdom of the Netherlands. St. Martin is a territory in the Kingdom of the Netherlands with limited sovereignty. And because of that, that cannot be an argument for us not to have equal rights. And so this is very important to understand, because in our last meeting in Parliament, we were interviewed. Actually, in the discussion, parliamentarians were saying, but listen, we have an autonomous right to decide for ourselves how we want to have our government doing our things in our society. But we were stating, because of this universal declaration, that everybody should be treated equal throughout the kingdom. So not because we live in St. Martin, we have to be treated unequal with the ones on the other side. In Article 2 of the International Covenant for Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, that is once more stated. And why I bring it up for you, it is because the first IPCO meeting that was held in St. Martin 5 years ago, 6 years ago now, the next one is coming up in January. 6 years ago, the social organizations in St. Martin united, and we requested from all the parliamentarians of the kingdom for them to discuss and put on the agenda how to eradicate and eliminate all these differences in the kingdom. That at least all these minima, and especially poverty, all these social, economic, cultural rights can be realized equally. What we see in the Netherlands, where, as we know, since 10, the Bonaire, Statia, and Saba Islands have been integrated, that there is still no equal social minima for Bonaire, Saba, and Statia, which is a violation of the rights of these people in that territory, in the same country within the state, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. When you look at how the CBS from the Netherlands has calculated for the Netherlands itself, 8.2% of the households, more than 599,000 households in the Netherlands are in poverty. When they look specifically in Bonaire, they come up with 2,550 households that have less than the $1,458, which is the norm that more or less comes out of the NIBUD research was done in 2014. What you can see there is the amounts that the NIBUD research said that people in the Bonaire situation need not to be in poverty. So they fall actually $300 short from what the people have on the other side. If we implement the equal principle and we give everyone in Bonaire the same amount as on the other side, they fall short because of the cost of living in Bonaire, $300 for the month. That is a very important given and a very important reported fact from the NIBUD, which is the Dutch Institute for Budget Information in the Netherlands. The same way that they have calculated for Bonaire what the situation is, the same way they do it for Holland, and it is being used for the social policies that are being done, and for the budget information to the people to refer themselves to. So the fact that until now we haven't seen equal social minima in the Netherlands, especially when we look to our brothers and sisters in Sabers, Bonaire and St. Eustatius, shows us that the kingdom is big time lacking the respect for human rights.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Jose Helaga and I play basketball. I have organized basketball events in St. Martin. Sport matters to me because it makes everybody come together in unity. So I challenge the businesses community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facility. I'm also asking the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take on the challenge and step up for sport because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sports SXM Facebook page for more information. Hashtag Sport Matter, hashtag Are You In?
In my opinion, everything is perfect and you would be great for the job. But I see here that there's a 2-year gap in your resume. What did you do?
I was hospitalized for mental illness.
Oh, mental illness?
I've undergone treatment and I have a wonderful family that supports me.
Well, that is good news.
No, it's fine. I'm recovered.
We'll contact you, okay?
For a better understanding of mental health and what you can do to stop mental health stigma, please go to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
president of the Y2, Claire Elshot. She was asked in what capacity was she at the vocational training school meeting with the teachers. Why was that done? Yes, why was that done? Why did she, if she's the president of the teachers union and you're meeting with teachers, why ask her what capacity she's there?
The public schools fall under the Minister of Education directly. So the minister is the employer and the teachers are the employees. And this was a meeting that the board, minister, called with the teachers to hear directly from the teachers what their concerns and their grievances were in the school, in education. And the union was not invited to that meeting. The union was allowed to stay, but I indicated to the union that I wanted to hear directly from the teachers. And if I needed to hear, if the union is representing them, then I would then speak directly with the union. So because the meeting was called by me, Ms. Elshot came and she was not removed. She decided to leave on her own when I said that I wanted to speak and hear directly from the teachers themselves.
Minister of Justice, a Secretary General for the Justice Ministry. I did ask some questions a couple of weeks ago concerning the appointment of one. Is there one, and who is the Secretary General?
Good morning. The position of the Secretary General was open as a vacancy, and the process has started. We've had the final interviews with the candidate, and we will be announcing the chosen one when that time comes. Thank you.